BTC is still hovering around 90k. We've been around 90k since last week stroke the opening of this new week, and we are yet to see a breakout. Are we going to see another leg towards the downside, or we are going to see a short squeeze towards the upside? Although there's another thing that there is also in news coming up this week. We have three news events coming up this week, and the market is going to be extremely volatile this week. So I'm going to be talking about the news at the ending of this video. So do make sure to stick to the ending of this video so that you're going to get the info that I'm going to share. So but first, let's just continue with starts up with the technical analysis. So if you are just joining my channel for the first time, do make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also make sure to turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new crypto update. Now guys, let's start off with the macro picture. So you can see that this is BTC on the weekly time frame, and we are still looking good on the weekly time frame. We are still bullish on this support area we're having here, but there is another thing that we are looking out for. It's like we could see another rejection to the downside. And if we look at the stochastic RSI, we are currently bullish on the stochastic RSI. We made this double bottom on the stochastic RSI, and now we are attempting to drive towards the upside. The weekly, we are looking bullish, but there is something that is a little bit confusing if we go down to the daily time frame. As you can see that we just made a rejection during last weekend to the downside, and now the opening of this week you are making another rejection to the downside, and there's a possibility that price could revisit these lows before attempting for another break towards the upside. So that is what I'm trying to share with you guys. And if you look at this price action over, you could see that we are creating a bear flag pattern. Let me map out this bear flag pattern. As you can see, we'll be slowly pushing towards the upside, creating we created this low with another higher low, and now we are attempting to go back to $87,000, which is at this support trend line, creating the bear flag. But the thing is, if we do actually see a break below this, then we could revisit these levels even down to $77,000. But the thing is, while trading this bear flag, the textbook way of trading this bear flag is to actually map out from the high to the low, and maybe just put it at the breakout of the bear flag, which would indicate that maybe if price loses this bear flag, even breaking below the structural low at $81,000, there's a possibility that we could revisit $62,000. But I don't think that will necessarily be the case. I think towards this the last month of 2025, we are just slowly going to see a consolidation around this level. We might go down below the previous low at $79,000, maybe revisit $77,000, just making a consolidation before we actually see a breakout towards the Q1 of January 2026. But I don't necessarily see price going lower to $62,000, because that will actually mark the bull market for us. Then we could go into a bear market, and we are still going to see the alt season that we are all been waiting for. We're still going to see the alt season, but we just need a little bit of patience for price to play out on its part. And I think that the news that is coming up this week will actually shape the price of the crypto market, if we are going to see a bullish continuation, or we are going to see a bearish continuation. But for now, I think that if we actually see a pump towards the news release, then we could see a bit of a pullback. And why do I say so? If you look at the daily stochastic RSI, you can see that we made a double top, and we are waiting for price to reset. I think if price actually break below this this bear flag, then we revisit the 79 or $78,000, then we could actually see the stochastic area reset to the oversold before another continuation to the upside. Or there is another possibility that we could actually see that we could actually see a squeeze towards the upside, then a pullback, then we can see a reset of the stochastic area. So that's what I'm currently anticipating for Bitcoin. If we see a squeeze toward the upside and a rejection, that will actually be extremely bullish, because that will be a break and retest. Then it will actually give us the confirmation that we are actually bullish for a possible buy towards the upside. But for yet, I'm still holding on the swing, on my swing position. I'm not yet wanting to enter a swing long position. I'm still holding just for another extra confirmation, because we might see a little bit of choppy movement towards this news release that we are going to be having the three at Monday, at Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we are going to see markets being a little bit or extremely volatile towards the news release. So that's what I'm actually waiting for, and most traders is actually looking for. So let's quickly zoom down to the 4-hour. Let's see what a price might be. As you can see that this is actually a bearish candlestick move. We are attempting to break above this daily resistance trend on the 4-hour, and now we're having a possible rejection. And what I'm looking for, if there is any possibility that price might visit, if there's any possibility that price might revisit these lows on the bearish flag pattern, there's a possibility that anything that make us to see a little bit of a bounce, that we could also see a rejection towards the downside, that will pave way for me to actually go long, on my short position. Because see that this is price has created a low here, and we had a higher low, and there's a possibility that we could also have a higher low at this place, because this will be a 3 touch point trend break. Because once price decide to bounce repeatedly on a trend line, it means that that trend is actually getting weaker, and if we possibly see a touch towards this trend at $87,000, then we might break to the downside, maybe revisit $80,000 to $79,000, or we could actually have a massive short squeeze towards the upside, then a little bit of a retest, then maybe a continuation to the upside. So I doubt that maybe we could see a pump, because the price action is actually giving a bearish movement, so that's why I'm actually leaning towards the downside than we could have on the upside, because this candlestick price created on the 4-hour is extremely bearish. And if you look at the 4-hour stochastic RSI, we are looking forward to actually reset to the downside, and when we reset, then price might get down to these support levels at this $87,000 for the bearish flag pattern. And for me now, there is a position that I'm currently looking forward to. I'm not sure that I'm going to take that position, because the market will be extremely volatile. It will be easy for you to actually get stopped out if you kind of placed a trade on the lower time rate. So I might just sit back, or I might decide to take the trade, because majority of the times I don't pay much attention to news release. I just follow my strategy very strictly. So this is the trade that I'm currently looking at on the 1-hour time frame. As you can see that we did have this change of character and a break of structure to the upside. So there is this other block right here with a little bit of a fair value gap, which acts as an A+ setup to me. Then maybe I think if we possibly see a reaction toward this level on the lower time frame, maybe an extra confirmation that I'll be looking for, then I'll be looking to take this long position towards the upside, and my take profit target will just be at these highs right here at $91,000. But there's also a possibility that we could just see an impulsive break towards the downside, and when we decide to break this structural low right here, then I'll be waiting for a pullback that confirms that we are actually bearish, and I'll be looking to take my shots towards this low right here at around 83,000. So that is my play right now. That is my strategy right now that I'm currently trying to employ. Then I'm just waiting for price to move in my direction for me to actually place this trade. That is my analysis for the market for this week. And regarding the news release that I'll be telling you guys about, we have actually two news release coming up this week. We have tomorrow, which is on the 8th, on the 9th, sorry, of December. We have the JOLTS job opening, and I don't think this news release will maybe really impact the market that much, because the previous what was it called? The previous rate of the JOLTS job revenue was 7.2, and the forecast right now is actually 7.2, but it could slightly go lower, or giving us a 6 point something, or maybe higher, even 8 point something. But I don't think it's going to kind of impact the market that much. But the news I'm currently paying attention to, which will determine if we are going to pump or we are going to see a dump, is the FOMC meeting we're having on the 10th of this month, which is next tomorrow actually. And most people are now predicting or anticipating for a 25 basis rate cut again, because last time we did have a 25 basis rate cut, and most people now still predicting the same rate cut, which is 25 basis point. But me, I kind of predict maybe we could have a 50 basis rate cut, because if we have a 50 basis rate cut, there is a possibility that we are going to see a pump. But the thing is, price might react differently regarding if the news is actually positive or negative. Price might react differently. We could have a 50 basis rate cut and price might stay down due to market manipulations. So they might send the price downward maybe after the news release, before sending a Bitcoin to the upside. But the thing I'm actually paying attention to is that we could actually have a 25 basis rate cut, or we could see a dump towards the downside in anticipation to the news, because most people are already afraid, are already hands off the market. I think that's why the market is actually looking bearish now, and is actually bleeding on the lower time frame. Most people are hands off the market. Most people aren't trading. Maybe the leverage, what's it called? The leverage traders are hands off the market. Maybe spot buyers are the ones that are actually trading market. And the thing is, spot trades don't actually move the market that much, but just on leverage trades move the market. Maybe 70% of the market, 70% of the traders on the market are actually leverage traders, and we should actually see a dump towards the FOMC. Then when the FOMC press conference and the news release comes out, maybe if we actually see a dump, then we could see a pump afterwards. If we actually see a pump on the market, then on the day of the news release, we might see a dump, a retracement, before another continuation towards the upside. So that is what I'm actually looking at, and those are my predictions for the market. So here, you're joining my channel for the first time, do make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and you can also join my free Telegram community where I share free trading setups and this type of trading update, because before I do this analysis on YouTube with you guys, or share this analysis with you guys, so I've already actually done an analysis to my free Telegram community. So make sure to join, so that you actually get the first stand of this type of analysis and actually know where the directional bias of the market is. So that is it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.